Welcome back, traders, and in this video we're going to be going over a few things that have been leaked regarding a quick invite. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be going over remote raid passes, the prices, and just discussing that, as well as talking about rare candies XL and how difficult it can be to obtain these, and going over a few other things here, including a tweet that was put out by the Pokemon Go app discussing bottle caps, or at least giving a little bit more information that we kind of already knew, but there's something a little confusing I want to talk about with you all that they did go over. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We have Jingmo Community Day tomorrow, which you don't want to miss. I'll be putting out a video about that later today. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. This is going to be from the Pokemon group. This isn't officially in the game yet, but it is going to be coming soon here. A new setting for a quick invite has been added to the game. So essentially it's going to, I would assume how this is going to work is it's going to, when you go to invite people to a raid, when you're in a raid, right, it is going to kind of maybe prioritize or pick people that have been the most active recently in raids. That's just a random thought. I think that's how it would probably work. I don't think it's just going to pick 5 random people at will. I think the best way to go about it would be people that have actively done a raid recently pretty much that. Okay, so we have that, and then the other tweet is Shadow Pokemon cannot undergo hyper training. We already knew that. And then a new quick invite recommendation for friends, which is going to be good when it comes to inviting people, and people invited me, or whatever the case may be. Maybe the timer on the raid is getting a little close and you're sitting there trying to wonder, who the hell should I pick? If you're not actively appearing online, you can't see who is online. You can turn it on, it's no big deal, but this is going to be a nice addition to the game here. All right, now let's go ahead and go over the tweet here. I was a little confused at first, but I understand what it is now. So this is a little bit random. We don't really need to talk about this. This is all self-explanatory. We already knew this, but they said non-shadow Pokemon and Pokemon that do not have maxed out stats can undergo hyper training. So we already knew shadow Pokemon cannot undergo hyper training. And what they mean by maxed out stats is if they're 15, 15, 50, if they're 100% already, then they can't undergo training. This doesn't mean you have to have them completely powered up. At first I thought that's what the case was, and I was like, what the hell is this? That is insane. But no, that's what they mean. Just like you can't hyper train on 100% IV, which it's 100% already, right? All right, let's go ahead and move on here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this video up right about now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. We're just gonna be doing some random raids, inviting people. I'm gonna be discussing this here. All right, so yeah, when it comes to this quick invite thing, pretty nice, right? It's nothing that we need to go on and on about, but we are gonna take a look at a few things, and then we're gonna be hopping into the remote raid pass and looking at the store and discussing different options and purchasing remote raid passes, okay? And they are a little expensive. Is it about time that they do bring down the prices for remote raids? So if you're trying to do, and I just want to say this too first, I'm very grateful that they are introducing all these little perks and quality of life features. Phenomenal. They're allowing people to actually go and do max battles, Dynamax, Gigantamax remotely. Maybe you were never able to participate in those because you had nobody around your spot to help you take these things out. And now you're going to be able to remote them. But here's the thing. Here's the little bit of a caveat. When you remote raid max battles, first of all, you're paying for the very expensive remote raid pass and the max particles that, say if you're doing Gigantamax, that's 800. That's quite a bit. Do you understand? This is like approaching almost $10 per raid when you're remote raiding them, a max battle, a Gigantamax in particular. Now, again, I stated that first part first because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm happy we're able to do this, but holy crap, it is extremely expensive. I quickly realized this. It's not like, when they gave us the information that we're going to be able to do this, it's pretty much obvious that you're going to be spending a lot of money to do this, right? But as I was actively doing these and continuously joining and having people invite me to them, let's just say Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleons, right? The Gigantamaxes. I didn't really do too much of the first ones. Inteleon, I did a good amount. And then I started seeing, I was like, whoa, I'm spending tens and almost hundreds of dollars to do the Inteleon here. This is crazy. So a price drop in the remote raid passes would be great. I mean, at the bare minimum, at least you can put them in the, the reward track, right? And I'm not talking about the Go Pass, right? That's the lucky trinket and the bottle cap that we're going to be getting soon. I'm talking about where you purchase items and, spend a certain amount of money to reach certain goals to get free items. It'd be great if, I don't know, they took out the stickers and replaced it with, let me guess, or a remote raid pass. That'd be cool. But my inventory's full. What if you can't claim it? Then use one so you can claim it later. It's not that big of a deal. Definitely need to lower the price. They did many years ago. They did come out with an interview. I think it was with Zoe, and they said that the reason why they're more expensive is because they have more value. And I'm not going to disagree with that. They definitely do have more value, but how much more do you have to really tack on that price? It's kind of expensive. First of all, you limited it, but now they've made it 10, which is fine, which is great, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. That's freaking amazing. But the prices are still pretty expensive. So if they can lower those, that'd be great. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some items here. Like we were just discussing, it would be nice if they actually included it for the reward track when you do purchase things and not just stickers, okay? It's kind of a little silly, to be honest with you. Always collect that free box every day. Taking a look at the prices, you have 525 Poke Coins for 3 of them. And then for a single one, it's going to be 195 Poke Coins. So essentially $5.25 and then almost $2 for a single one. Now, I want to show you something. If you go to the web store, you will be able to get better deals. Granted, this is not, so much better, but it is going to be a little bit cheaper, plus more value for what you're trying to get if you're looking to get some of these raid passes and not just purchase it in the in-game shop. So if you go online, as you can see here, 2 premium battle passes, 3 remote passes for $5. That's pretty much as the bundle. That's less than the bundle in the shop for 3. So you got to really consider going to the web store and actually looking in here before you just purchase something random in the in-game shop. Fine, do what you got to do. I know sometimes you're in a rush, you don't have time to go into the web store, but you got to really think about these things because you can get a lot better deals when you do go to the web store here. And the reason why they're doing that is so it's incentive, so you do go there to purchase instead of going through, say, Google Play or the Apple Store, because they have to take a cut of the revenue, or they take a cut, Apple and Google, when we purchase anything through Pokemon Go in the game, okay? Because it is in the Google App Store or the Apple Store, okay? So that's just the way it works. It's a little bit of an incentive. Now, when it comes to the XL rare candies, you gotta have to really choose wisely. What I invested mine in was gonna be Zygarde. And stupidly, when I was drunk one night, I was looking at my Pokemon with my friend and we were just, having a funny little time. And then I went to my Dodrio, me and her were laughing about it, and I said, oh, that'd be funny if I maxed this out. And I pushed it all the way over. And if you don't have enough candy for that particular Pokemon, then it'll automatically invest the XL candy and just power it up. And my freaking dumb ass did it. I kind of put the phone down and I just looked back and I was just kind of like sitting there for a second. And she was like, what, is everything okay? And I was just like, no, everything's not okay. I wasted all my freaking XL rare candies on this stupid bird. No, it's a nice bird. I like Dodrio. Anyways, what should you invest in here? I got the Marshadow. I'm thinking about maybe bottle capping this one as well, and then XL candies in there. So I'm sitting on a good amount, over almost 500 here. But if there was another way to earn XL candies, I feel like I guess there could be other ways to earn them, but what I feel like they should do is have times where they give out even more. Now, I understand they do these things where we have a particular event and you're going to be able to get more XL candies when you go up against raids or Gigantamax raids or whatever the case may be. But I honestly think that they should be handing them out just a little bit more and more just consistently. But, this is not a big deal and I'm not really trying to go on a big rant or tangent. It would just be nice to be able to collect XL candies at a little bit faster pace. They've been out for a while now and they're seeming to be still extremely rare, which they should be. I don't want everybody to be able to just max anything out at will. Not that I don't want them to, but I feel like you should work for those rare Pokemon to be maxed out. And that's pretty much it. But anyways, folks, just like a nice little random ramble video here. Just wanted to bring you some information, and that's pretty much it. We're looking great here. So make sure you go to the web store if you're looking to purchase those remote raid passes. They are going to be a lot cheaper. And I understand while you're in the middle of a grind and you're doing a whole bunch of raids, somebody's inviting you, you're going to their raids, you're constantly joining. We have unlimited raids. It's particular, like say it's one of those days and you're just going hard as hell. You don't really have time to keep on stopping in the web store to purchase those. It's just going to be faster to tap on that raid invite, tap on purchase more, and just keep the grind going. So I get it, but just wanted to give you a little food for thought. If you did enjoy this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.